Soles for Souls is an international organization, and our mission is to wear out poverty by distributing shoes and clothing worldwide. People know of us as an international organization, but they're always surprised when I tell them that over half of our distribution efforts occur in the United States, right here in our own backyard. I'm the outreach coordinator, and basically I tell people what that means is that I find homes for our shoes. Whether it's through an after-school program, a men's shelter in New York City, we are there to help them with their needs. When we talk about going to Africa and going to Haiti, it's easy for us to wrap our heads around the fact that people don't have shoes, they don't have education, they don't have food. But what we fail to realize in America is so many people just miles away from us really are going through the same things. We were recently in Harlan, Kentucky. I had this little boy that sat down in front of me, 7, 8 years old. But I remember just his infectious smile, his personality.
I know, they feel good, don't they?
Like warm blanket.
They do feel like warm blanket.
And when we put the new socks and new shoes on his feet, he looked at me just beaming and said, "Everything on my feet is new."
What do you think? You like those?
I love it.
We don't realize what that's like. It doesn't mean anything for us to go buy something that's new. But for that child that day, that meant everything. After Superstorm Sandy hit in the fall of 2012, I got an email from a lieutenant from the police department in Keansburg, New Jersey.
Back when the storm hit, we had lost our headquarters. The police department, when we lost it, everybody lost their equipment. There were policemen that were wearing clothes for days, their boots were torn up.
And I reached out to Danner Boot Company, who had donated to us in the past. And in 3 days, they had boots there for all of the policemen in that precinct.
You don't know how much that lifted our spirits in the police department. You know, I'm still choked up about it because it did so much good. People think, oh, it was a pair of shoes. It wasn't a pair of shoes. It was showing people, showing officers that someone cares.
We have a lot of families who are in need and were in need even before Hurricane Sandy hit. We are still seeing a significant impact on our families and our children.
And one thing that we realize, even in our mission, is it takes a village. You know, through connecting with this one policeman, we were able to go and distribute shoes in one day to over 800 elementary school students in that same community. Because we know that every time you have to budget things like that for families and children, and you're already struggling to recover from losing your home, when we can help just bridge that gap, it can make them even more successful.
It's beautiful to see the volunteers that have come in to help our children, and it's just heartwarming to see people from so far away come in and do things like this for our children.
Time and time again, and it never gets old, and it always rings true as I see people get up from their chair with a new pair of shoes on, and they have a lift, they have hope.
I can wear these, baby.
That lightness that we all feel, regardless of our circumstances, when we know someone cares about us. When someone does care about you, you can conquer. And I think our mission of wearing out poverty is helping people conquer their circumstances. And if the tool is a pair of shoes, then so be it.